There we go. Just let me set up the desktop in the back. When I say the back, I mean behind the camera. Yeah, YouTube doesn't allow you to set it up ahead of time. So if you're watching on the replay, just fast forward through the first couple of minutes. We have a lot to talk about today on Miss Nancy. I love how I see my video on a desktop version and they play an opening video. Hey, Kathy X. Let me start my goal. I'm just setting up my screen here. I got a lot to tell you guys. I've barely had sleep over all of this. Hey, Kelly Girl on Fire. Let me just type in I'm going to pin a message to the chat since I learned how to do that yesterday during my show. Okay, I got to put a little emoji in there. Boy, there's a lot of emojis. For you guys that are members, you have access to custom emojis too. Just trying to put in a smiley face. Hey, Jay. Hey, Jewel. I'm very tired, Jewel. Let me explain why in just a minute. Let me just set up the screen here. Now, hopefully this comment, I'm going to be able to pin it. And then it should show at the bottom of your screen. It should read, "This is a self-funded channel. Any help is much appreciated." Smiley face. That's it. I don't want it to sound too like pushy. So don't take it that way. I just learned how to do this. So we'll do a little test today to see how that works out. I got 12 people in the room, 3 thumbs up. You guys know the routine. Subscribe, smash that like button, and double tap that screen for the red hearts or the smiley faces, whatever you have available to you. There's a lot to talk about since yesterday. Kellyanne Sullivan, welcome in. Hopefully you guys that are coming in today saw my live video yesterday. I had not planned to go long and it ended up being pretty long. It was about my call to the retired FBI agent and everything that we talked about. And he highly recommended that I send a letter. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I didn't think that the letter would take more than a few minutes instead of all of yesterday afternoon, evening. I missed most of my game, which, by the way, my game is on early today. They're in Milwaukee, so I think it comes on at 4 something LA time. So, and I've had a couple of emergencies to handle today. There's not enough time in my day, people. I've got my mojo. Welcome in. Hey, I got 19 people here. Let me introduce myself in case you're new. I am April Davis, PI. Hold on. Oh, I've never seen you before. Goodbye. Okay. Let me start again. Had another troll. I'm April Davis, PI. I'm a licensed California private investigator. I have been doing a true crime video series on Nancy Guthrie. I'm trying to think how many episodes. I think there's probably over 100. Well, there has to be because we're at day number 110. I am not working her case in any way, not officially or unofficially. I'm simply reporting on it. Everything here is simply my opinion and yours. Everybody here is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Now, the serious part is Miss Nancy hasn't been located yet. We don't know what happened to her, and the FBI or the police have not made an official announcement who they think is responsible for this. I've had my eye on a few people since the second week of February, and there are reasons that I've had my eyes on a few people, but I can't publicly call them out on a live YouTube channel. Tina Marie, thank you so much. She says, cool job, thumbs up. Well, thank you so much for coming. I wrote that letter yesterday. Like I said, missed most of my ball game. After I wrote it, I put it in an envelope. Is the envelope still here? No, I had like an envelope that was about the size of this, the same size as, I know it's hard to see with the green screen. I don't know why I'm even showing you this, but that's the envelope from the Cincinnati Reds. But it was an envelope like that. And I sealed it, put the postage on it, put the labels on it. And then I started thinking, I better be dang sure that I know what I'm talking about here because I'm not working this case and I have a very small part of the entire picture or the entire puzzle. So I went and did more of a deep dive. I mean, I did data searches, not just internet public searches, but I did some PI data searching that I can't discuss. Even though I'm not working for anybody on this, it was just out of my own pocket. I spent the money. And then I started thinking, you know what? I probably should upgrade my label to a ground advantage package so that I can get free tracking. Of course, it's not free when you got to pay $5.40 for it rather than putting on 2 stamps that I already wasted. But I'm not complaining about the funds because Nancy's worth it to me. She's like America's grandma, and I want to do this. But I need to make it right. So I started watching several videos. I can't say who I watched. I looked at websites, I looked at Facebook pages, I looked at YouTube videos, I did research on a couple of my authorized PI databases that only like PIs, law firms, insurance companies, and law enforcement have access to. And after I did my deep dive again and spent, most of all day yesterday and last night and this morning, didn't sleep until sunrise, just about an hour before the cat starts her morning screaming session. So I'm exhausted. My bestie is having a medical emergency right now that I'm trying to um, handle, getting her daughter there to get her to a hospital. One of my, clients that I had from years ago before I had to like mostly retire because of medical, was a celebrity client. He called, he had an emergency, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm just trying to get on the air. But what I'm trying to say is that I sent the letter, and I'm more sure than I ever have been that I have been on the right track on this case from day one. I believe I know the 2 yahoos for sure that are involved. My only question is, was this a plan that they concocted themselves, or are they working for somebody? I'm leaning towards the fact that they're probably working for somebody. But I've basically got 2 of them dead to right. I've only reported 1 of them thus far, and I don't think even if they make an arrest that I will be like getting a reward or anything. That's not why I'm doing this, because I think, and this is just my personal opinion, that the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff, they've already been all over this from the beginning. I think, I don't know if they saw it first or I saw it first. I get a few letters every now and then via email from people who are like, April, you're right on track, you're right on the ball, but those people are staying quiet. There's a lot of things that I can actually prove. Roger, forever. Jay's Hupster sent a high five. Thank you so much, sir. That will really help. Maybe today I can make at least $5.40 plus the postage I spent last night, which now I have to throw away because I'm like, you know what? I We don't have a post office in my neighborhood anymore, and I don't want to drive, 6 miles round trip to another post office to stand in a line just so I can buy the tracking. Like, that's just not worth it. I will just use my pirate ship account that I use for reselling, and I will pay that extra money because I want to make sure that I can track it and I can prove that the letter gets there. I also put, besides Federal Bureau of Investigation, I put special agent in charge regarding Nancy Guthrie case because I want to make sure it gets to the right desk. There's only one FBI office in the state of Arizona, and that's in Phoenix. It's not only the main office, it's the only office. Um, very cool. We wish we could all come out and help you get them. um, this woman is not an investigator in any way, shape, or form. Well, I guess you haven't checked the state of California website. 42 years, my sir. Let's get you out of here. Oh boy. I guess there's so many people that don't have a life. They don't have anything better to do than to come in here and harass me or my viewers. Um oh gosh. Oh, I didn't want to delete the message. I want to take you out. Hold on. It's a very small button on my screen. Let me see. Did I miss anything else? I have access to it and I'm not a private investigator. Well, you don't have access to what I have access to if you're not a private investigator. Some of the databases I went into last night are PIs and law enforcement only. So unless you're a licensed PI and you're law enforcement or either one, you don't have access to what I saw last night. Uh, and it just helped me confirm things about other people that are connected to the people that I'm looking into. Yes, I have pirate ship. It's it's a mailing app. But I don't actually own a pirate ship. But that would be cool. Funny, the lady that sent me the box of cash, have you ever seen that video? Go to my video tab, and I say, I received a box of cash in the mail. That pirate ship comes up in that video. You guys will laugh. Yeah, Sparky, we're not talking politics or religion today. So I sent that letter. In fact, I keep checking to make sure nobody rips it off. Hey, Lori Shortlegs, welcome in. Are you new here, Lori? I have not seen that username before. Give you a little thumbs up. Everybody give Lori a thumbs up. Well, that pays for my postage that I used this morning. Get a couple more of those, even the smaller ones, and I can pay for last night's postage that I end up, tearing up because this letter that I sent, hi, Mary Fish, it was 8 pages. Now, I didn't want to make the text part of it too long because I know they don't have time to read a dossier. Uh, so it's only about 1 3/4 pages as far as the information. Hey, Roger Forever. That is Roger Forever's first super chat, I believe. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you. And thank you, Jay, for bringing him in. If everybody that was watching me, I've been getting like 50 to 60,000 views a month on this. And now that the channel is monetized, um, if all you 50 to 60,000 viewers that are seeing me every 28 days could bring in, just one person, that would double my views. Imagine if you brought in 2 people, that could triple my views. So everybody share my channel, share my videos, get everybody subscribed. I am getting closer. I'm way closer today than I was yesterday. Let me just bring it up to 3,000 subs, which is actually going to be mind-blowing. Let's see. I am at 2937. I am literally only 63 subscribers away from hitting 3K. And I don't know what I'm going to do here, but I am certainly going to have some type of a celebratory show about that. But let me talk about the letter. Not only did I write, and it was typed because after writing statements for 35 years, my hands don't work. Oh, thank you for the high five again. Thank you, Roger. I love that one. That's really cute. I had to put in pictures. I had to put in suspect photos. I had to put in certain body parts. Um, Thank you for the high five. There's another one. Oh, I like those little new emojis, Jay. Those are I haven't seen. I just been recently seeing the hearts with the hands around it. Those are pretty cool. Um, Also, if you're a member here, you can use the custom emojis. They only allow 4 to begin with. So there's a detective, there's my bunny, there's my kitty, and there's something else. I think it's some sort of a smiley face. So you guys, if any of you guys that are here are members, please check into the custom emojis or just use the YouTube emojis. So I had to put pictures to substantiate what I was saying. And like I said, I started doing a deep dive. I started doing database searches, internet searches, looking at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, but I wanted to get some hardcore facts. And I found a few interviews. Hey, Rita, welcome in, that I had not seen before, some recent and some not so recent. And it was funny. One of them I watched, actually, it was from a prior live stream of someone else where they also brought in another live streamer and they kind of showed the two together. I saw some of my own viewers in some of those live streams, but I was only watching it after the fact. So, I couldn't comment in the chat because it was after the fact, but I was like, oh, there's so and so, there's so and so, oh, there's so and so. Like, now I understand why I'm getting certain emails from certain people, but I have had this down in my mind, this first suspect, since the second week of February. And there were things that never added up from day one. And because I probably should have put the tip in sooner, but truthfully, the FBI and the police may have already been on it. I do believe that even though this person's never been arrested or detained, I do believe that they have spoken to who I think is Front Porch Guy multiple times. I think that particular guy and maybe a few others have been on their radar from very early on in the investigation. And there's reasons that I say that what I'm telling you now, that I think law enforcement already has their eyes on this person or these people. But if I tell you why I think they're looking into that, then I would be saying too much. And I'm not going to come on to a live YouTube broadcast and say, hey, I think this person is involved. My only question that's left at this point is, was this just concocted between the worker bees, or are the worker bees being led by a puppet master? And I kind of like, I want to know, but I don't want to know. But there's no way on God's green earth that my suspect is not involved in this or doesn't know who is involved in this. And there could be some issues, legal issues, that I can't talk about with that guy. Now, as time moves on and an arrest is made, then I'll contemplate how much that I can, tell my audience, like, well, this is what I thought from the very beginning, and here's why. I got to be very careful because I don't want to do anything that compromises a future trial or legal proceedings against certain people. This is not going to be an easy case. And I think because this is such a big case, it's such a prominent case. Hey, 35 people watching, only 15 thumbs up. I need those thumbs up. Smash that screen. Give me the likes on the screen, the red hearts, whatever, the smiley faces. It'll bring in more people to this broadcast. I do think that these people will be arrested, or at least one of them. There's one that I would hope would get arrested first. Just there's so much I want to tell you guys right now. Like, I've lost sleep. I am so exhausted, and at my age with my health, I need my sleep. And my back and my neck are killing me right now because I was at my computer literally since my ball game yesterday. Then, try to go to sleep for a while, but had to listen to all these videos and Then I had to get up and deep dive again and then go back and watch more videos, then come back and redo my letter and then, get up and hurry up and do the new postage and change the envelopes and put tracking and like, you know, I think that they're waiting on this single strand of DNA. Hopefully they got more than just that single rootless hair strand. I think they want to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row before they go after these guys. Uh, you know what? Am I seeing all the messages? Let me make sure that my chat filter on my cell phone is set to all. Hey, Jen, absolute. Lori says, wow. Those are cute, Roger, those little emojis. Thank you guys for all the hearts. Everybody give me a thumbs up. I got 43 people watching. And once again, a lot of things have happened today regarding YouTube as well that I just, okay, I'm up to 2938. That means I need 62 more people here to subscribe to my channel. RK, I don't know. Let's just call you RK. Hello. Hello, Kathy Mowry. Oh my gosh. You will have to watch the beginning of this one. Long story short, the letter is out in the mail right now. I put extra postage on it this morning. I wrote it twice. I've been doing this since the ball game yesterday. Have had very little sleep, was up most of the night. I am 99.9% sure that I've got Front Porch Guy dead to right. And that's all I'm going to say. I do think law enforcement, they're already on the same track that I'm on, I think. I hope, or at least they were earlier on in this case. I think this case is going to hedge on physical evidence at the scene, and they don't have very much physical evidence. I'm so afraid that it's only a single hair strand, and I don't think one of my guys involved in this is going to be in CODIS. One of them will, one of them won't. I doubt this person is in these smaller genealogical websites. They need more. And one of the two is going to be more of a difficult suspect to ascertain. And I can't go into why that is right now. I think we're getting close. I think what this case really needs is someone close to these yahoos to step forward and say, hey, I know something, because I know that these guys have been talking about things they haven't or shouldn't be talking about. There's somebody close to them in their inner circle, whether it's family, friends, coworkers. There are people in the inner circle that know that this has happened and that these yahoos are involved. Those people, I beg you, come forward now. Call 1-800-CALL-FBI. Call the Pima County Sheriffs. Go down to the sheriff's station in person if you have to. Demand to speak to a detective on this case. Call Crime Stoppers. It's going to need either a piece of physical evidence or a member of the public to come forward and say, listen, I need to talk to you about something private. Mary Fish, oh my God, April, I hope you are so right. I really am. That would be the best news ever. Remember, I talked to the FBI agent, the retired agent from California, and he was the one that said, I think you will have a better chance of getting through if you put something in writing. It's no guarantee, though, that the right person in the right department is going to read my letter. If they were already moving on this suspect before there, remember, I didn't make my first phone call until March. It didn't go well. And I put that in the letter, that it didn't go well with the first rep. And then I made another call in April, and it went a lot better. But I still haven't received a call back. Hint, hint, hint. I haven't received a call back. And, I told him my background and what I do, and that, I'm retired, and I didn't mention my disability or anything like that. And, didn't play the cancer card. I just told them I am a retired licensed private investigator in California, and I am not working this case in any way. However, I have a tip. that I think is front porch guy. Kathy Mowry. Oh, thank you. Like I said, you guys are paying for last night's postage and today's postage because I decided to up the envelope. If you watch this on the replay, Kathy, you'll hear all about it. I decided that since we have no post office and I can't just buy a tracking for a first class letter, that I had needed to change it to like a package like this, same size as the Cincinnati Reds package. Uh, and I need to get it. It needs to get there quick. It should get there on Saturday. Of course, on Saturday they're probably on vacation. And remember, this is a holiday weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, and Monday they're probably all sitting out at like Havasu or going to Vegas or, you know, who knows. I think people need to be working on this case 24/7, and that some people aren't going to get a vacation this week. I hope. Uh, Mary said, I know, I was just going to ask, how long do you think it'll take to receive it? I think the earliest someone will actually maybe look at it is Tuesday. And I did put special agent in charge of Nancy Guthrie case, or Nancy Guthrie case. I believe that Annie Guthrie has had something to do with Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. Anything is possible, Lee Mills. Welcome in. I have a client whose last name is Mills. That name is very special to me. Where are you coming in from, Lee? Um, and where are you coming in from, Mary Fish? I see some new names today. Lori Shortlegs. I like that. That's just so cool. So do you believe this person is local? I cannot answer that question, Jen. You missed the first 15 minutes. Yeah, you can always watch it on the replay. Just skip through the first 2 or 3 minutes where we're bringing in the audience and I'm setting up my screens. Let's see. Hey, from Wisconsin, says Brian. And thank you, Brian. I noticed that you're watching a lot of the replays. I appreciate that because, I'm not going to be successful at YouTube until I start making my money more from the views rather than just from the occasional super chat. The super chats have saved my bacon and probably got my first check. And I can't, I was going to make a big deal about this, but I've heard that YouTube doesn't like this. So I don't want to do something that's going to jeopardize my channel. But I do have to thank every single one of you here and let you know that even though I've been making these videos since February the 2nd on this case, and the first 2 months, the views didn't count for anything because I wasn't remonetized at that time. But from about midnight the 25th of March until today, the views have been monetized. And I'm happy to report that sometime today in my bank account, I received a check from YouTube. Yes, I got my first royalties check. It's not going to make me rich by any means. It's the hardest work I've ever done in my life to earn that amount of money. But I have to be on the positive side and say that it was way more than I thought. Now, what I will receive in June, I think will be a lot less because May, I haven't had as many views. Thank you, Brian. The FBI, they were getting 4,000 calls a day. They haven't got back to a lot of people. That's true. And I think at this point, they want to know where the body is or they don't want to talk to you. But I'm kind of jazzed. I'm hopeful, not because of what I've tried to put together, but I'm hopeful because I think from what I'm hearing, and I can't tell you where I'm hearing this, but from what I'm hearing, they may be on the same path. Now, hopefully, they haven't got off that path. One time I was working a big homicide. It was huge. It was in the city of Inglewood. I've had quite a few there. And the police initially they were on the right path and the right trail and the right suspects, but then they got skewed in a different direction and they didn't have enough homicide detectives at that time. And so I basically went out and did their case for them, but not for the department, for it was insurance purposes. And it wasn't life insurance either, but it has something to do with the deceased employer, and it was a big robbery that went down in a restaurant, and it was huge. It was a big news-making case. Even guys I work with on set at studios were like, "Oh, I knew all about that case," because some of them were Inglewood Reserve officers, like, "Yeah, yeah, that's a huge, huge case." And I ended up solving it and being able to prove it. And they already knew the guys that did it. They just didn't know the who, what, when. Well, they knew the who, but they didn't know the rest of the equation. Flow state. Who sent me that? Let's see. It's covering my screen right now because it's a big one. Suzanne. Thank you. Oh my God. You're out of here, Joe. See you in 24. There we go. No negativity. Greetings from New York. April and chat. What's the weather like in New York today? We're having one of those picture perfect days here in Los Angeles. And I'm not smelling the smoke today, so maybe the fires are starting to get under control. Let's see. Yeah, they were getting 4,000 calls a day, and I think they're still getting tips, but not as many as they were, and I don't think they have as many agents or reps working those lines. And those people at the tip line, they're probably sitting in some third-party call center somewhere. They don't even work for the FBI, and they're just a bunch of a-holes, some of them. I'm sorry, but, you know, this is a serious situation. And I am hoping that the information that I'm hearing is right, that the police have initially questioned multiple times someone that they haven't detained in this case, and it has not publicly got out there yet that the police has not just the sheriff's department, but the FBI has talked to this person multiple times. That's all I can say. I can't say how they talk to them, where they talk to them, when they talk to them. But they were, at that time, I think, on the right path. And there's been more things that have come out since that proves my theories even more. And I guarantee you that if the guy I think is involved, he's going to be able to open this whole thing wide open. But I could picture him not cooperating with this. Remember, there's egos involved in things like this, and there's an honor amongst thieves, is the saying. I don't think this guy's going to be necessarily a wuss. And if he does get arrested, that he's just going to roll over and name all the other people that are involved. I still don't know the number, and I'm still not 100% if these yahoos were hired or they were working themselves to do this job. Things did go wrong. She was kidnapped. I don't know where the body is. I don't think Nancy is alive. I would love to be wrong about that. I think she went fast. We talked about this yesterday. The FBI agent that I talked to, the retired agent that's not involved in this case, he thinks the same thing. Within the first 24 to 48, this is awful. You know, the one person that I'm really interested in shows so much arrogance, lack of compassion. You would think that someone would feel a little guilty about taking out an 84-year-old woman, but you know what? These people are scum. They are the scum of the earth. They don't care. They just care that they're not going to get caught at all costs. So if anybody here is watching, and you know these yahoos, call the FBI. If you have to drive to Phoenix, if you have to take a plane to Phoenix, go to Phoenix, walk in the FBI office. If you go into the sheriff's office, they're going to try to hide that information from the FBI because they're not sharing information. So I would think that you would get further by dealing directly with the FBI rather than Pima County Sheriff's. It's terrible that I have to say that the sheriff's department that was originally leading this case, that you may not want to talk to them because you may not get your information heard by the right people. It's sad to think that they're going to have to rely on the physical evidence alone because I don't know if they're going to be able to get what they're looking for to be able to put A and B together. 2 plus 2 equals 4, but you've got to have the pieces. They may not have it. And it's going to take a member of the public, a relative, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, a mother, a father, a sibling, a coworker, to roll on these people. You can get the reward anonymously. You don't have to give your identity. I don't know how that's going to work, but if they know where Nancy is, or they can make an arrest and get a conviction on one of these yahoos, you may get a percentage of the reward money. There's over $1 million on the table. And don't do it for the money, though. Do it because you're a good human being. You have a good heart. And you're going to, karma will pay off in the end if you don't do what's right. Good karma will pay off in the end if you do what's right. Don't be scared of these idiots. These idiots don't have control of your life. You have control. Take your self-power, get this information to law enforcement. Be willing to be one of the last nails in these hoodlums' coffin. I mean, I got to be careful. I'm monetized. I got my first check today since remonetization. I don't want to say anything, that's going to get me kicked off of YouTube here or get me sued by anybody as well. So let's just be positive. Let's have hope that the truth will come out. The FBI agent I talked to, the retired one, he firmly believes he's very positive that they will solve this case. He says there's less of a possibility that they'll actually find Nancy, but he's positive that they will solve this case. Oh, my LaMetric just rang. That's my YouTube counter in the background. So I'm at 2941 subs. Wow. So I have 59 subs left to get to 3K. I want to do it before the end of this month. 45 people watching, 25 thumbs up. Hit that like button, smash that like button, as they say over YouTube. Do all the things you got to do. Share the video, hype the video. Somebody wrote me on one of the videos either last night or this morning. I mean, the messages are coming in 24 hours a day now saying they were on vacation, but they're getting caught up and that they hyped yesterday's video. So thank you very much. You know who you are. If you've got those free hypes, use them. It's really important. Let's see. What have I missed? Well, I'm just yak, yak, yak. Kathy says, yeah, the chat was stuck. It wasn't moving. I'm like, what's happened? Am I even on the air? Congrats, April, on your first check from YouTube. You're welcome. V-Miss, good evening. Suzanne, 85 degrees yesterday and the day before we're in the 90s. Wow. Yes, it's been so quiet on any information. They always say it's the most quietest before the storm, Mary. Lori Shortlegs, please tell me it's not her family. I think it is related to a theft gang that came from the gym show. I can't state that, Lori. Cat Lady Grandma, hi everyone watching in Indiana, not far from IMS. It's our big weekend coming up. I know. Oh, I will watch the Indy 500. I do every year. I never miss it. So let's knock on wood that I don't miss it this year. As long as I'm breathing, I will be watching that. Kathy says 74 here today, still wearing long sleeved Carhartt. Oh my gosh. I don't think I own anything, Kathy, that has long sleeves. Seriously. Uh, did you reach 3,000? No, I am at, according to this, 2941. And of course, there's always a few come and a few go every day too. So there's, it's just like an IndyCar race. Sometimes not all the cars that started the race make it to the finish line. So, a couple come, as long as more subscribed than unsubscribed, then the scale goes up. Let's see. I missed something. You said I hope he does. What did I miss, B miss? I can't say that, Mary. I'm sorry. Oh, it was definitely targeted. Please like, subscribe. Let's help April reach her goal. Thank you so much, Kathy. You're a doll. And one has to wonder why the Pima County Sheriff isn't interested. That's a very good point, V Miss. That's a very good point. Peggy says, "Hey, April, everything you've said is true, sweetie. I sure hope so. Remember, I'm not working the case, so, if I'm wrong, I'll tell you guys, like, hey, I was totally wrong. But right now, from what I've learned in the last 24 hours, I don't think I am. And my intuition was right all along. And, a friend of mine here in LA and all you guys here have been just like pushing and pushing and pushing, saying, you know what? You gotta go say what you gotta say. You gotta call into that tip line. Let's see. Jay says, as others have said, I think she is in the desert. In fact, there is an empty log out there I have seen in several videos pre and post Annie event. An empty log? What is an empty log in the desert? It's funny you would say that, Jay. Well, not funny, but the FBI agent that I talked to, who's not working in this case, he said the same thing, that she's in the desert and she's 6 feet under. I don't know if that's true, but I thought Nanos was in charge, thought the FBI was under Nanos' department. It doesn't appear that that's the way it's going. They're on two different ends of the spectrum right now. Nanos is not even, talking to the Guthrie family anymore. Or it's more like the Guthries are not talking to Nanos anymore, is what it's more like. By the way, how are you doing today? Peggy, I'm exhausted. I was up all night, most of the night, taking care of the letters and the pictures and just trying to put it all together. I thought it was going to take me 10 or 15 minutes, and it's taken me a day. Um, Kimberly, how are they going to get him back in the States? That depends on who they go after. It depends on if it's someone local or if it's someone not local. Uh, Kathy Mowry. Hold on. Thanks for saying hi to everybody. I don't know exactly, but it's more than one, Jen, in my opinion. Definitely more than one. Brian, great. Come on, everyone. Tell your family to watch. Thank you, Brian. Anakin, welcome back. That's to be determined, Lori. Was the ransom note to TMZ real? I don't think so. I can't say at this time. We all think it was fake, Lori. Let's just wait and see how this shakes out. And I don't have a closed mind. Remember, I still don't have the whole puzzle. I'm having to surmise and put all this together on the same information that the rest of you have access to. It's just that I am a licensed investigator and I have made a living doing this. Um, I kind of see the world through a different set of eyes, and I always have. I even had that skill when I was little. I never wanted to be a PI. I wanted to be a police detective. So, oh, I forgot to turn off my notifications. Hold on. I'm getting notifications on my screen. There we go. I had to double tap. Uh, oh, Jay says tree log. Okay. Move log, dig, bury person, cover with log. Log protects from wind, moving sand and smell. Oh, wow. Ooh. When you said you saw a log, do you mean like you saw it like in your mind, or you like actually saw like a telecast where someone was in the desert and you saw a log? Oh, you've seen the log in several videos. Oh, interesting. Wow, that's interesting. Like, how many trees do you see in the desert in Tucson? You know what I mean? Interesting. I think wherever she is, she's close by. I don't necessarily buy into the Mexico story, but I don't know. I don't know where they may have taken her. We are talking about the Nancy Guthrie case, Mac Tropic. Jay says, me neither on Mexico. I've never felt strongly about that. Even though some of the ransoms, which may be real and may not be real, said to go international. And then I think it was the third set of ransoms that came in regarding the half a Bitcoin, and the one Bitcoin said something about Mexico. Mary Fish said, I don't think she's in Mexico either. I think she's close by her house. This is by my house. Well, I don't think she's close by my house. I'm in Los Angeles, but maybe you meant her house. Oh boy. There we go. I'm not trying to delete. YouTube, you're having some issues today. There we go. Um, it's funny. People just wait for their 24 hours and they can't wait to come right back in. Oh, her house. Okay, that's what I thought. Hey, Kelly. Well, you've missed a lot. This is supposed to be short. It's already 48 minutes into it. You might have to watch the replay later. But welcome in. Oh, okay. Jay says, when I heard Arizona, I thought of that desert. Then I saw a video with the log again the other day and thought there. Lori says, right in the beginning, I had a feeling she was hidden in Mexico. For some reason, at the beginning, I was seeing water. Well, Mactrop, go to my YouTube channel, which you're on right now. Subscribe. Go hit the live tab and go to the videos, or you can just go to the Nancy Guthrie playlist and you can learn all about this case. Oh, what did I miss? Uh-oh. There we go. I kind of had a feeling that was coming, Kathy, but I can only see a few of the messages on my phone that's filming this. So thanks for letting me know. Let's see. Emerald, thank you for sending the letter. You're welcome. Remember, I am in Indiana and disabled. I hope you do, Mac. I need the views. Everybody, share the channel, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, double tap that screen for those red hearts. Hype those videos. If you have the free hype points, you can hype the videos within the first 7 days if you're in the United States, I believe. I don't think hypes work in other countries, but I could be wrong. Hey, Sue Bruckschmidt. Yeah. So I'm exhausted. I hope I sleep well tonight and the cat doesn't keep me up because I just right now I thought that doing what I had to do and writing the letter and then relighting the. Okay, somebody just pounded at my door, but I don't know why. Hold on. Well, that was Amazon, but they didn't knock or ring. They just like did a thump and then ran. I heard like a thump. I don't know if you guys heard it, but it was Amazon. Ding dong ditch. Exactly. That's what I thought it was. I don't know what's in one of the packages. Oh, now I know what it is. It's diet cranberry juice, hopefully, and a 50-liter bag of rabbit litter. And it wasn't cheap. Uh, Brian says, share it with everyone. Let's get her over 3,000 this week. I know. Thank you, Brian. I'm checking. I'm just like, even though I'm tired, I'm up to 2942 now. I'm tired, but I am a little pumped. If you just came in, and I was going to make a big video about it, but I heard that YouTube doesn't like that. So let me just let you know that, even though I wasn't paid for the February or most of the March views on this case, which is when most of the views came in, from the end of March through April, I finally received my first check today, if you're just coming in. And it's not a lot, but it's more than I thought that first check would be. Looking at the numbers and the projections and the analytics and me doing the math, I was always an ace in math in school. I don't think that the June check will be anywhere near what the May check is. But there's still, another 12 days because they haven't counted yesterday yet, which, I think yesterday I made a penny, not including the royalties for the views, but just from the broadcast, I made literally a penny. And I was on for 2 hours and I made a penny. So, I don't anticipate it to be as much, but I already know that I have enough in the pot that it's over the minimum threshold and I will get a June check. Kelly Ray says, congrats on the check. That's the hardest money that I've ever earned in my life. What is the sub count now? It is 2942. Hello. I don't know how to pronounce it. Turgut? Turgut K? Welcome in. So yeah. Now let's just have everybody here say a prayer that when my letter arrives in Phoenix on probably Saturday, even though I know they'll probably be out for the holiday. Does the FBI, do they close local offices? Remember, it's a government holiday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Let's hope that someone sees that letter at least by Tuesday. I mean, who knows? Maybe we could be surprised and they can make an arrest before that date. Oh, you're from Turkey. Wow. Well, welcome in. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm getting quite a few viewers from the Middle East. Are you guys in Turkey aware of this case? Let me know. Hey, Jane Rice. There's a reason that I use my name on here. Well, I'm having to hit that trigger a lot today, that timeout trigger. Remember, we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie missing person case. No politics, religion, bullying, unless it's directed at me because I can handle it. But you will be taken out. No arguing in the chat, and we're not going to talk about stuff that's not important to this Nancy Guthrie case. This is all about the Guthrie family. This is about finding the people who did this, hopefully being able to recover something, even if she is no longer with us, so that the family, the Guthrie family, can have closure. Let's hope that an arrest is imminent. It may or may not be. But I do think, from what I'm hearing, things that I cannot tell to you, that they are at least on the right track. The train is on the right track. And that gives me hope. It's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that they're even going to read my letter. They're not going to just take it and throw it in the garbage or put it in the shredder. But the phone calls haven't worked. Now, I can still contact, there's an FBI agent in Southern California that I worked a lot with, but he's quite elderly now. I know his business is still there. I don't know if he would remember me. I might just wait to see what happens with the letter. I am from Los Angeles, California. Lori says she is talking about an 84-year-old lady kidnapped from her home in Tucson, Arizona. Find Nancy Guthrie. Absolutely. And in my letter, which I cannot read, it has to be kept private. I did at the end of the letter thank the FBI for all the hard work that they're doing on this case. And it was, it was written professionally and politely as if this was something, you know, like a matter that I was working, even though I was very clear that I'm not working this case in any way. I got 54 people watching. Right now, I got 34 thumbs up. I got to hydrate here. Haven't hydrated enough today. On the days that I don't get much sleep, I try to sleep in, and then that's less hydration going into me. But I'm feeling positive that I got that first check finally. There's a lot of weight that lifted off my shoulders today. Actually, I'm in Los Angeles, Mars Cat. Sometimes we show the Tucson backdrop, sometimes we show the desert, sometimes we show the Milky Way, sometimes we go to Paris, but this is me. In fact, if I show you the Hollywood sign, I'm just a few miles over the hill from that. Thank you, Suzanne. That sounds kind of snarky, Mars Cat. Oh, gosh. Good afternoon, Glenn. Where are you coming in from? 58 people. Wow. It's very important if you guys are just coming in now that you can watch on the replay. And once again, I did the video yesterday and it got quite a few views for like a Wednesday afternoon. But I'm getting the same questions all the time. And I know that, oh, you're coming in from Vancouver. My bestie was from Vancouver. God rest her soul. My dad is naturalized Canadian or was, so I love Canada. Hugs to you, Canada. I just had to get that in there. I know the rest of you probably know, but Glenn doesn't know. So I love Canada, Glenn. I love Vancouver. What was I going to say? Oh, not English. Okay, tour guide. It's okay. Thank you for watching. Yeah, she was actually somebody kind of famous in Canada, but we're not going to talk about it today. Oh, okay. What I was saying is people keep coming in and they're like, watching the replay and I can't see the chat. And people get so upset. Uh, oh boy. You can't see the replay on the chat until YouTube processes the video. You can watch the video within seconds of me going off the air, but if it's a live stream that has a live chat, the IA robots or nanobots at YouTube, they have to go through it. They have to like rewatch it, but not a human, like a robot, an AI robot. And they have to make sure that there's nothing in the chat that's inappropriate before they will load it. And it can take a few hours, it can take 24 hours, it can take 48 hours. I saw one that went 2 weeks because it was just glitchy. So you can always place a comment in the comment section, but if you don't see the super thanks tab, because here in a live you see a super chat tab, but in a replay of a video, a live video, or just a regular long form content or on a short, if you don't see that little $ tab, that means that that live hasn't processed yet. And so give it a few hours or give it a day or two and then come back and watch the video. And then you can watch not only me talking about the story, but you can see the chat. You won't be able to participate in the chat. Now, some people, the chat's already there, but they're saying, oh, I can't see it. I can only see the comments. That's because you have to take your hand if you're like on a mobile device and you have to swipe that chat left. Swipe the comments left, and then it'll say hype. Swipe hype left, and then you'll see chat. But I will say it till I'm blue in the face. You will not be able to see the replay of the chat until 24 to 48 hours later. Joyce sent a chili. Thank you, Joyce. I appreciate that. Yeah, all the donations today are going to help pay for the postage stuff. It's terrible, like when I had my six-figure PI business, I wouldn't even think about stuff like this. But I have to watch every single penny on everything that I do. And, that first check is going to pay for some of the equipment that I had to replace, like the mics that broke, the lamp that broke. I know somebody was gonna send me another lamp, but I didn't get a lamp yet, but that's okay. I had to pick up these at the box. I had to get a new software program for the thumbnails because I'm not an artist and my own personal thumbnails, they suck. So I had to upgrade that. Then I gotta pay the Epidemic Sound, which I didn't even use this month because I'm not making any, long form videos. I haven't in like 3 weeks or something. Your chat is showing up light gray. I've never seen that. Maybe you could go out and come back in, Kathy? Have I seen Duty Ron or comedian Dolly Vision? Hey, Jay. Thank you, ma'am. Let me get the chat back up on the desktop so I can catch up. Everybody give Jay a thumbs up on that super chat. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Is anybody else seeing the chat in gray like Kathy? That's so funny. I'm still laughing about the troll that complained that that's not Tucson, that that's a You're not in Tucson. No, I'm not. I'm in Los Angeles. Um, do I have a business email? Yes, I do. aprildavispi@gmail.com. If it's on the video descriptions that I have to on the lives, I have to put in the descriptions later on, like afterwards, after it processes, I'll put in the description. But all the videos have the mailing address, the email, and if you just go to the main channel page, go to the channel bio, and you'll see all the links and the email address. Most cities look the same to you. Um, You're welcome, Suzanne. Your chat is bright white. You know what? I can see it on the desktop. Even though I'm filming with the iPhone 17, I can see it on my desktop and it's absolutely fine. So it could be a YouTube issue. I had one comment that was mine in light gray. That's weird. I'll send a comment to the chat. Keyboard's hiding under the desk. Let's see. My comment came up normal. I'm not seeing anything white or light gray. I'm not seeing anything on the screen like that either. So could be a YouTube glitch. Most likely. Anybody else have a problem seeing the chat? 47 people watching, 38 thumbs up. Uh-oh. No, that's not appropriate here. There we go. You're gone. That's very, very bad. Yeah, that anything like that is not acceptable on this channel. Luckily, I saw that right away and I was like, oh, here we go. I'm tired, Survival Empire. If you're just coming in, I was up most of the night till about sunrise working on the letter that just when I went to the door to pick up the Amazon, the home packages, I did look out in the lobby and I saw that my letter has been picked up by the postman. So I wasn't thinking though that Saturday, Sunday, Monday is a holiday weekend. So my letter will probably be in Phoenix by Saturday, but I doubt an agent will even possibly get to it until Tuesday. And, there is a possibility that they won't read it at all. Suzanne says the screen looks fine on your end. Okay. So I'm tired, but I'm a little jazzed today. Well, for two reasons. The number one reason is because I sent the letter to the FBI. If you hadn't seen the last video where I talked to an FBI agent, I sent a letter to the FBI and it should be there in 2 days. Um, they probably won't get to it right away, as I've said before, holiday weekend. But I am a little pumped today because I did get my first check since monetization. And I'm not rich. It was the hardest I've ever worked to make that amount of money in my entire life, but it was more than I thought it was going to be. Now, disappointingly, I think the June check, which I know I'll definitely get, um, God willing, knock on wood. I'm very superstitious here. I'm a baseball person, so. And speaking of baseball, I'll have to go soon to go see my game in Milwaukee. But I don't think that the June check's going to be near the amount of funding that I got for this check. But remember, I had the last week of March plus April, plus they owed me a back pay from when I was originally monetized briefly, and they didn't pay me all my funds, and they just went, "We're cutting you off." And then I deleted too many of my videos. Yeah, that was a bad idea. But I really missed my favorite one that I had made was about the aliens in Las Vegas. Especially now with everything that's come out about Disclosure Day, I wish I could have that video back. But I don't. It was one of the ones I took down. So, anyway, things happen for a reason. I'm back. Um, I've got that letter off. I'm very, very hopeful that the FBI is going to they're going to make an arrest at some point, I think. Cali Girl on Fire. This sounds so promising. I had to go, but I'm back now and can't wait for the replay to see if you and I are on the same page. Justice for Nancy. You know what? I did say that at the end of my letter. I did state justice for Nancy. And I did thank the FBI for all the hard work that they're doing. But other than that, and introducing myself and telling them that I'm not working this case, I can't tell you anything that I typed in the letter. Uh, did they cut you off because you deleted your videos? They didn't really explain why they cut me off. I mean, I know a little bit, but they don't ever give anybody an answer because they think you will get remonetized and try to circumvent the system. You'll try to re-circumvent the system, you know, stupid. So I deleted certain videos that I thought had too much shared content. And whatever I did seemed to work because once I got my hours back, then I was able to easily remonetize. But that took over a year to get that back and to figure out what to do. But I still haven't caught the algorithm yet on the regular videos. But, it's hard to do that when you're not making the regular videos at the moment because, I am too busy doing these lives. I'm too busy just trying to get this case solved, get it out there, just keep it relevant, beg people to, you know, call 1-800-FBI even though I didn't have much luck with the hotline. If you have to go to your own FBI office in your own city and pound the doors down to get somebody to listen, if you know anything about this case, you have a tip, do whatever you have to. Skywrite it, whatever you have to do. Get the FBI to listen to you because now that I've made the calls and I've talked to a retired agent and I've sent the letter and pictures to document, um, I don't know where else to go at this point to wave the flag to get their attention. Sometimes, like I said, it takes a different set of eyes because I have worked with police departments, excuse me, before, and on homicides where they were on the right path, they were on the right track, and then the train somehow jumps off the track, and then I come in with a fresh set of eyes for a different purpose to do the case and we share the information. We work together like, hey, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. And then they're like, oh my God, you solved this homicide and now we have to go out and get the guy. Um, I mean, it happens. So, um, whoever's in charge, whoever's working this case, they need to read my letter. Hello, Anthony Hood. What was not listed for monetization anymore? I'm monetized now. Now, on the lives, if you're watching the replay, you won't see the chat or the super thanks button until YouTube reprocesses that, and then they load it 24 to 48 hours later. People get so confused with that. Or it is reloaded, and then they're like, I can't see it. I can only see the comments. It's because you're not swiping left into the replay of the live chat. There's a lot of things to learn, YouTube is hard sometimes, whether you're a viewer or a content creator. And then they're always changing the game. So nothing is a guarantee on here. So I didn't delete the videos until I deleted like a third of the channel after they originally cut me off. But, the first time I didn't know what I was doing. So in hindsight, it was a good thing because I'm doing things differently now. But I still want to get out there and make my long form content. I have over 560 some videos. I want people to be watching those videos, not just the true crime, but, there's something for everybody. This is not a niche channel, which is my biggest issue. It's not a niche channel. But, I'm not trying to make it a niche channel. I'm not, not doing it for the funds, but it's certainly going to help pay for the expenses. Because I've been into this for 5 years and 5 months now. And today I saw my first substantial check. Well, depending on what you guys think is substantial. Let's just say it was under $1,000. It was more than 100, but it was less than 1,000. So it's somewhere in between. Um, but hey, let's get this thing shared. Let me check the channel count again. The dashboard. I gotta refresh the screen. It's at 2943, so I am 57 subs away from hitting 3K. It is great, isn't it, Brian? Yeah, he's been watching a lot of the, replays I've noticed because you comment. I see a lot of your comments, so thank you. And where are you coming in from, Anthony Hood? I don't remember seeing you in the past. So if you haven't seen the beginning of this video, when I get off and I stop yapping, because I gotta go get something to eat and I gotta get ready to see my game in Milwaukee. The Dodgers, yeah, Dodgers in Milwaukee. I'm actually gonna see the game today, and I'm going to eat. And then, hopefully I will sleep well tonight. And it's gonna be a long weekend for me. You know, a lot of people take off on a holiday weekend on Friday. I'll continue to make YouTube videos, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, to think that that letter's just, it's en route, and then it's gonna sit there on Saturday, and it's gonna be in a mail room somewhere, and that's gonna have to get dispersed to the right person, and, is the right person that it needs to get to ever gonna actually be able to read it? Um, Come on, guys, let's get her to 3,000 cold in Milwaukee. Oh, it's cold? That's an outdoor stadium too, isn't it? The Brewers. Yeah, and they're coming from San Diego. So it's gonna kinda suck for the Dodgers if they're gonna have to face cold weather. They're probably tired. It's been a long road trip. Angels, which they don't even take the bus down for, they just everybody drives down there, and they drive home at night, and then, it's a road game, but it's not really a road game because it's too close to LA. But then they have to take the bus to San Diego. Those are intense. And then they had to fly all night to Milwaukee. It's a removable roof, okay. So they can close the roof if they need to, that's good to know. The Dodger Bats should do pretty well there, though, because it's not as deep of a park, I don't think, as some of the other ballparks. I think it's smaller. But, those travel days are exhausting, especially with the time change and the long flight. Ugliest building I've ever seen. Oh, really? Yeah, I haven't been there. And they'll stay at the Pfister House, most likely, that haunted hotel. Yeah. Oh, I'm still alive, Kelly. If you're watching this, Kelly, you're on the live. This isn't the replay. Yeah, I don't think you can even see the beginning of the video until I'm done, or I could be wrong. I've never tried to, like, watch it while I'm in the middle of it. Oh, you got booted off? Oh, you're rewatching the live is what you're saying. I thought you meant you were rewatching the replay, and I'm like, "What?" But I'm still here, I never left. Well, I appreciate everybody. Gosh, 37 people, 42 thumbs up. Oh, I did pretty well today, $22 in super chats. I don't get the whole 22 though, but that's a good day. And I've got $2.53 in jewels. Well, they call it rubies on my end. Every 2 jewels that you guys sent converts to 1 penny ruby for me. So I got quite a few today. If I've got $2.53, that means you guys sent 253 jewels times 2. That's cool. Those are really neat. They didn't have that when I was monetized before. I like that. It's only good though on the live streams, and it's only good in the United States. And thank you to those that have been hyping me. I've been getting the notices lately that my videos are getting hyped, and that'll help. Watch those commercials if you can. I appreciate you guys so much. So remember, the whole point of me being here is to keep this case relevant. We still need to bring Miss Nancy home. The family still needs closure. And most importantly, there needs to be an imminent arrest of everybody that's involved, whether they're heavily involved in this or they're just a little bit involved. And if it does come out in the investigation that you know something about this, that you know who's involved and you didn't come forward, you could be charged criminally for not coming forward. I'm just saying. They could actually bring charges against you if you are connected to these yahoos, these terrible people. You could go down with them. So do the right thing. Call in those tip lines. Go to the FBI office in your city or your state, the closest one to where you live. They have a website. They have all their locations listed. Go to the closest FBI office. Go to a police station if you have to. But do the right thing. Let's say a prayer for Miss Nancy. And let's wrap our loving arms and spirit around Miss Savannah. Thank you so much for watching today.